Hi, the Beach Bum Astrologer returns. Just checking in with you briefly. I'm on the beach. It's a proper July day, a proper Leo day. It's about 30 degrees centigrade. It may hit 33, 34, you never know. The stones will start to get very hot. Feet will bake. Maybe you'll be able to fry an egg, although I wouldn't recommend it. You never know where the stones have been or what have been on the stones. Last time I spoke to you, I think I mentioned the documentary, a short documentary being made about me. It's by students of the Met Film School. Never heard of the organisation before, but it turns out to be a highly regarded place where filmmakers of the future get created. Initially, I'd been approached by Fiona. I won't use surnames, but Fiona is the director. And a little while back, a few days ago, the four of them, film crew, came down. Fiona herself, of course, who I now realise is some kind of international model for Chanel. I didn't realise it, although she certainly got the looks and the height from a scientific perspective. And then there was Olivier, the cinematographer, who's about 19 or 20. Tamsin, the producer, and Mika, the person responsible for sound, a Virgo. Quite interesting, actually, because all four of them, I looked at their charts, of course, are Mercury-dominated people, either because they're Virgo, Gemini, or in the case of Fiona, because she has Mercury at the top of her chart in Leo conjunct Jupiter, which, from where I'm standing, looks pretty hopeful for her filmmaking career. I'll say no more than that. But we filmed over 3 days. I mean, the documentary they're making is not going to be much more than 10 minutes. It's for their course. But it will be released. And when it's released, I'll let you know where it is and all the rest of it. But they also tell me there'll be a director's cut, which could be about half an hour, maybe longer. And I hope they do that because it's bound to include a lot more about other people who happen to be in my life at the moment, locally, such as Father Felix Smith of St. Michael's and All Angels. He rules over 2 local parishes, but as Rural Dean of Worthing, he also has some kind of power over 25 other churches besides. So he's got about 30 churches within his remit. And then there's Andy and Fiona Kemper, who run the Beach Green Hotel, where a lot of the filming was done. Indeed, the Kempers were very generous in allowing us to film an interview with me in one of their hotel rooms, a beautiful room. Highly recommend the place. I had such fun. I mean, the average age of the 4, 45 years younger than I. And I wasn't aware of age. This is the weird thing. It just felt very natural and we had a lot of laughs. I was able to talk about my work as a draconic astrologer. Fiona seemed very interested to know about soul purposes. And it's called the Beach Bum Astrologer simply because these videos are by the Beach Bum Astrologer. And if I point the camera, you can see why. Lots of people on the beach today. It really is baking. It's wonderful. I mean, I should be doing some work. I should be editing the Astrological Journal, but when you're living virtually on the beach, the temptations, oh gosh, you know. In my own chart, which half persuaded me to do the film, transiting Jupiter's hovering around my Venus. It's going backwards and forwards. Not just yet, it's going direct at the moment, but it will go retrograde in the not too distant future. And then hit back to Venus. So one would regard that as a long conjunction, which happens to be opposite my Saturn in the 10th, conjunct the midheaven. And once upon a time, that aspect was a bit of an affliction. But these days, it's turned out to be very much to my benefit. So with Jupiter there, which is all about expansion, growth, but also it's a communication planet. It's sort of the higher register of Mercury in a sense, and that's in that particular theme. I thought, well, why not? Give it a go. Because once these things get done, little documentaries, they can be put all over the place these days. YouTube, Spotify, you name it, you can put it anywhere. And a certain number of people will get to see it. And it was interesting to be asked intelligent questions about the work that I do. I mean, in mainstream media, that sort of approach is unlikely to occur because journalists and broadcasters are afflicted with a condition known as I know better. So the I know betters who pretend to be atheistic and to take their biblical text from Professor Brian Cox, they wouldn't want to be thought to be gullible by taking my kind of work seriously. Whereas they'll interview all sorts of professors in all sorts of different subjects who probably don't know what they're talking about ultimately. Just their specialism. They don't really have a global view of what they do, in my opinion. But of course, there are even intelligent professors around, even though everyone seems to have a professorship these days. So that's it. Bit of astrology there. I'll let you know when the film's out, the documentary, probably about October time. And God knows what the Met School of Film, I think that's what it's called. I don't know whether it's called the Met Film School or what. But anyway, Met Film's in it. What they will think of my posting little videos like this about them. But from where I'm standing, top grades. Of course, if I don't like their documentary, I might have to review my grading system. Hope you're having a good time. Hope you're having a sunny day. You'll probably be watching this on a rainy day later on. So enjoy the sun with me. It's beautiful. I won't go in the sea. You don't know what's in it. Bye bye.